Hi everyone, welcome back. I have a yin yang yoga class for you, and that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to do yin yoga. I mean it more in the sense of we're going to mix a little bit of fire with a little bit of rest as well. So we're going to get started straight away at the top of our mats. So just getting nice and settled. So maybe take a little rock forwards and backwards on the feet, side to side. And then as you inhale, we'll reach the arms up and overhead, bring palms to touch. And as you exhale, bring the hands down in front of the chest. So we're just going to take a few rounds of these with the breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch, and exhale, hands come down. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, bring the palms together. Exhale the hands down, relax the shoulders. This time as you inhale, you're going to reach the arms up and overhead once again. And then as you exhale, interlace the fingers and press the palms up, but relax the shoulders down. Inhale to lengthen the sides of the body, and then exhale, stretch to your right, pushing the hips to the left. Inhale through center, and exhale, stretching to the left, push your hips to the right. Try to keep the shoulders in line with each other. Inhale, come back through center. This time as you exhale, bring your right hand down to your right thigh. Slide the hand down as you bring the left arm up and over. Come into your side body stretch to the right. Inhale back through center, palms touch. Exhale, left hand to left thigh, slide it down, bring the right arm up and over. Inhale, come back through center, bring palms together, look up to the thumbs, and then exhale, hinge from the hips to soften into your forward fold. Let the head be heavy, give it a shake yes or no, release any tension. Allow the top of the body just to ragdoll over the legs here, maybe clasp by the elbow, take a little sway from side to side. Bend the knees as much as you need to here, so we're just starting to ease into these stretches, so really feeling into those sensations in the poses. Make sure you have a nice steady rhythm with your breath. And then on your next inhale, we're going to rise up through standing once again, bring your palms to touch, look up to the thumbs, and exhale to soften back forward. This time we're inhaling, sliding the palms to the shins, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, plant the palms and step it back to a plank position. Inhale here, and then exhale, drop knees, chest and chin to the floor, squeeze the elbows to your sides. Inhale, slide through to your back bend, roll the shoulders back, tops of the feet down. Exhale, lower, curl the toes under, press back through all fours, and then send the hips up high into your downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths there. Just start to pedal through the feet, bend through the knees, so easing into this stretch once again. We'll inhale, look up to the hands, step or walk forward and come to your flat back position, lengthen the spine. Exhale, softening down into your fold. Inhale to rise through standing, root down through the feet, come all the way up, palms touch. As you exhale, we're going to twist to the right, so your right hand goes back and left hand goes forward. Right hip pulls forward so the hips stay central. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand goes back, right hand forward. Inhale through center. And exhale, soften down into your fold. Inhale to your flat back, palms to shins. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, and we'll step back to our plank position. Inhale here. And then exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Keep the elbows squeezing in, look forward. Inhale, slide through, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lower, curl the toes under and press it back to your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to look up to the hands, step or walk forward towards the top of the mat. Flat back position, halfway lift when you arrive. And then exhale, folding back down. As you inhale, rise through standing once again, bring palms to touch, look up. As you exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, come into a back bend, so cactus or goalpost arms here. Inhale, reaching back up, twice more like that. Exhale, back bend, push the hips forward, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift it up, last one. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch, and exhale down into your fold. Inhale to your flat back position, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step it back to your plank. Inhale here, find that straight line with the body. As you exhale, repeat knees, chest, chin, or move through chaturanga if it's in your practice. Inhale to your back bend and exhale to your downward facing dog. Make sure you're finding that external rotation of the upper arm so you're not collapsing the shoulders. On your next inhale, look up to the hands, step or walk forward, flat back position, lengthen the spine. Exhale down into your fold. Inhale up through standing, bring palms to touch, look up to the thumbs. This time as you exhale, we're going to just come straight back forward into our fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant the palm, step it back to your plank. Inhale here. Exhale, move through your vinyasa, so knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale through to your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, send the hips up high. Again, just take a few deep breaths here so you're easing back into the pose. See if there's space to move the belly back towards the thighs a little bit more. Get the hips a little bit higher. On your next inhale from here, we're going to raise the right leg up to the sky, so we're coming into a three-legged dog. As you exhale, we're going to bend the knee and open the hip, so you're dropping your right heel towards the left side. So you're trying to stack the right knee on top of the left, the right hip stacks on top of the left hip. Really try to press evenly through the hands and see if you can get that knee a little bit higher. Relax the shoulders, try not to lean onto your left hand more than your right. Keep your breath nice and steady, try not to hold your breath. Inhale, extend the leg up, straighten the hips, and exhale, we're stepping the right foot all the way up between the hands, looking forward. Keep the back knee lifted. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up into a high lunge, and exhale, sink the hips. So just watch that that front knee isn't passing the ankle. Maybe take the gaze up if you feel steady. Really squeeze the inner thighs together so you're finding that nice solid foundation with the legs. For more of a challenge, you're lifting up your right heel. Keep squeezing those thighs together so you're keeping everything nice and central. Again, focusing on your breath, draw the belly in, relax the shoulders. Take one more inhale, and then exhale the hands down to frame the front foot. Your left hand stays down and your right arm is reaching up, so you're coming into a twist. Try and stack the shoulders, really reach through the top fingertips and press the floor away with that left hand. Just watch that the front knee isn't drifting out to the right side, so try and keep it nice and central. From here, come onto the outer edge of your left foot. You're stepping your right foot all the way back to stack on top of your left. So your arms stayed exactly where they were. You're now in a side plank position. Lift the hips nice and high. Draw the belly in. Press the floor away with that left hand. One more inhale here. And then exhale the right hand down. Lift the heels into your plank. Inhale. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale through to your back bend. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths there. On your next inhale, we're going to raise the right leg once again, so same leg. As you exhale, look forward between the hands. We're bringing the right knee down to the floor as if you're coming to an all fours position. Drop your left heel down, your right hand stays on the floor, and your left arm reaches up. So we're now in a supported side plank. Try and stack the shoulders. Really draw the belly in. Focus on pressing through that right hand and don't throw the head back, so keep a nice straight line with the back of the neck. One more inhale here, you're expanding through the chest. Exhale, left hand comes down, lift the left heel, and then inhale, sweep that right leg all the way back up to three-legged dog. As you exhale, look between the hands, bring your right knee behind your right wrist, your right ankle towards your left wrist, so you're coming into pigeon pose on the right side. Walk the hands back, make sure that you're even on the hips, and then as you exhale, you can start to walk the hands forward, you can come onto forearms or all the way down, and let the head be heavy down towards the floor. Try and relax the shoulders, and just take a few minutes to just breathe into the back of the body. If you've started to fold forward, see if you can lean slightly towards your left side, just to make sure that you've not rolled onto your right hip. And with each exhale, see if you can soften a little more. Find space to sink into that stretch. We'll take a few more rounds of breath here. And when we're in these restful poses, really try to tune in to any sensation going on in the body. So notice where you're feeling the stretch the most. Notice those subtle changes as we move through the practice. Anything that you're feeling in the body. So really start to observe those sensations. As you inhale, slowly lift up. And then as you exhale, you're going to roll over so you're sitting on your right hip and extend the legs out so you're in a wide seat towards the left long edge of the mat. Flex the toes back towards you, bring your fingertips on the floor in front of you, and then slowly walk the hands forward. So we're coming into a wide seated fold. So imagine your inner upper thighs are shining up towards the ceiling. So try to avoid the knees collapsing inwards, and you're really trying to flex the toes back and then point them up towards the ceiling. And in this stretch as well, you're trying to guide your breath into the back of the body. So as you inhale, try and fill up the back of the rib cage. And as you exhale, see if there's any more space to soften. Maybe walk the fingertips a little bit further forward. We'll take one more round of breath. And then inhale, slowly lift up, walk the hands back towards you. Your right foot is going to stay where it is, and you're going to swing your left leg all the way round. Stack your left ankle on top of your right. Inhale to reach the arms up, and then exhale to come into a forward fold with your left ankle crossed over your right, and you're facing back towards the front of the mat. If that stretch feels too strong, then just uncross the legs and bring them side by side. So if that's too much and it feels like too much of a stretch in the hamstrings, just come into your regular fold, and you can still bend the knees as much as you need to. Otherwise, just taking a few breaths here, try to soften the shoulders. Allow yourself to breathe into that stretch in the backs of the legs and the sides of the body. As much as you can, you're just letting the top of the body be heavy over the legs. On your next inhale, slowly start to lift the head up. We're coming back to a down dog, so either swing the legs to one side, or you can cross over the outer edges of the feet and just step it back to your downward facing dog. Just start to pedal through the feet, bend through the knees, ease back into your down dog shape. Again, lifting the hips nice and high, pressing the belly back towards the thighs. See if there's any space to get the hips a little bit higher. And then on your next inhale, we're going to raise that left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, so you're dropping the heel over towards the right side of the room, and you're trying to stack your left hip on top of your right. So each inhale, see if you can lift that knee a little bit higher. See how far you can go to open up through that hip. But again, just ensure that you're even on both hands, so you're not leaning onto one hand more than the other. On your next inhale, square the hips, extend that leg up high once again, and then exhale, step it forward between the hands, roll the shoulders back to open through the chest, keep the back knee lifted, and then inhale, sweep the arms up high into that high lunge. Exhale, sink the hips, relax the shoulders, and keep pulling that left hip back. So again, you want to make sure that the hips are square towards the front of the room and they're not starting to drift over to the right. Either stay here, or you can lift your left heel up for a little bit more of a challenge and keep squeezing the inner thighs towards each other, so it will really help to keep that nice solid foundation. Keep reaching through the fingertips, find space in the sides of the body. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Your right hand stays down as your left arm reaches up into that high lunge twist. So again, you're trying to stack the shoulders. Maybe take the gaze up towards the top thumb, but try not to throw the head back, so back of the head is nice and long. Focus on your breathing, find expansion in the chest. We're going to make our way into our side plank. So your right hand stays down, you're coming to the outer edge of your right foot and sweeping your left foot back to stack on top of the right. Keep that left arm lifted, lift the hips nice and high, draw the belly in. Again, back of the neck is long here. Take one more inhale, engage the core, and then exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat, lift the heels into your plank. Inhale here, find that straight line with the body, and then exhale to vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale through to your back bend, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths. And then as you inhale, we're going to raise that left leg. So again, the same leg up towards the ceiling, coming to that three-legged dog once again. As you exhale, look up to the hands, bring your left knee down to the floor. Spin your right heel down so the toes point towards the right side. Reach your right hand up, your left hand stays down, and we're in that supported side plank once again. So you're really trying to find space in the chest, so you're expanding through the front of the body. Keeping the back of the neck long once again, so you're not throwing the head back here. Really try to support the neck. Stacking the hips. One more inhale. And then exhale, bring that right hand down, lift the right heel, inhale to sweep that left leg all the way up and back into three-legged dog, and then exhale through to your pigeon pose on the left side. So that's left knee behind left wrist, left ankle towards right wrist, so your shin is kind of crossing the mat. Bring your fingertips to the floor, walk them back, and make sure that the hips are square, and then you're either staying here or slowly softening forward. And again, we're just spending a few rounds of breath, really sinking into this hip stretch as much as you can. So again, if you folded forward, try to lean slightly towards the right side. It helps to square up the hips. And just notice if you've taken any tension around the top of the body and into the shoulders. Try to soften. And as much as you can, you're just releasing into this pose. Use your breath. Each exhale, see if there's space to soften and release some of that resistance going on around the left hip. And again, maybe just whilst we're staying here for a few moments, just taking the opportunity to check back in with the body. Notice how you're feeling, any changes, anything new. Notice the differences on this side compared to the last. So it's very common that we have one hip tighter than the other. So just see if that's the case for you. It's a really good practice to become aware of all of these sensations. It's actually what the yoga practice is all about, really starting to tune in with the finer details of our own bodies. Okay, we'll take one more round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to lift the head up, walk the hands back towards you. And as you exhale, you're rolling onto your left hip, same thing as before, and extending the legs out. Flex the toes back towards you, bring fingertips to the floor, and then slowly soften forward. And you can come down as much or as little as you want to in this pose. So even if you've walked forward just a few centimeters, but you feel that stretch in the inner thighs, then that's perfect. There's no need to go any further forward. So wherever you are in the pose, once again, just bring your attention to your breathing. As you inhale, you're filling up the back of the body. And as you exhale, you're trying to soften a little bit more. Keep the toes flexing back, the inner thighs shining up towards the ceiling. And as much as you can, the upper body is relaxed. We'll just take one more round of breath in this position. And then as you inhale, slowly lift the head up, walk the hands back towards you. Shuffle your left leg so it's pointing towards the front of the mat, and then swing the right leg round and you're crossing the right ankle on top of the left, facing towards the top of your mat. Inhale the arms up and exhale to soften down into your forward fold with your right ankle crossed over your left. Again, this does make the fold quite a lot stronger, so if it's too much, then uncross the legs, come into your regular fold and bend the knees as much as you need to. So it is really important to remember that this is your practice. The beauty of doing YouTube yoga is you can do whatever you want. I am just here as your kind of guide and your backing track, but it's up to you to really adapt the practice to meet your own body and meet your own needs. So any adjustments that you need to throughout is perfect. In fact, I absolutely encourage it. So we're going to take a few more rounds of breath here in our fold. Again, as much as you can, you're trying to relax the upper body, particularly the shoulders. We tend to take a lot of tension there. And then on your next inhale, we'll slowly rise up. And we're coming back to our downward facing dog. So either crossing the shins or swinging the legs to one side. When you arrive, just taking those last few movements into your down dog. Sending the hips up and back, bending into each knee, pedaling the feet. One more inhale there. And then as you exhale, slowly drop the knees down to the floor. We're going to make our way through to seated. So either cross the shins behind you or swing the legs to one side. Take a shuffle forward into the center of your mat, knees still bent, reach the arms forward. And then as you exhale, slowly roll down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. When you arrive, hug the knees up and over the chest. Just take a little rock from side to side. Maybe some small circles of the lower back. Just release any tension. Shoulders are relaxed. And then keeping the knees where they are, send the arms left to right so they're in line with the shoulders, palms facing down. And then just drop your knees to the right as you look to the left. So taking a very gentle spinal twist, try to keep both shoulders rooted to the floor. We'll inhale the knees through center, and then exhale, drop them to the left as you look to the right. Again, just letting the legs be heavy here, so try not to hold them in place. Relax both shoulders and just let yourself sink into the shape so you're really making the most of this twist into the lower spine. And then on your next inhale, slowly bring the knees through center, squeeze them up to the chest, and then just lift the head to bring the nose to the space between the knees. You're coming into a tight little ball shape, really squeeze up. And then as you exhale, slowly release, and we're coming into shavasana, our final relaxation position. So allow the legs to extend forward, bring the arms by your sides, and just take a few moments in this shape. Allow yourself to completely relax. Give yourself these few moments. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to see you very soon, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.